All right, welcome to another episode from the chart readers, and to call these hot stocks is easily an understatement, all right? But I'm hoping to cover TTOO, SOUNHOUND, EBET, and NVOS on the single video. If I run too long, I will break this up into two. But yeah, I mean, there is so much to talk about each of them, all right? First off, TTOO. Yesterday I was a little loud about selling some shares, all right? And yeah, I saw the after hours run. I saw it definitely go up a lot more than than when I sold it, right? Like, that said, I kept saying it multiple times on Twitter. I obviously said it a bunch of times in the Discord group that we started, right? Like, you make a plan when you buy something, you execute your plan, and you don't feel bad if it happens otherwise. Because, hey, end of the day, the fact that you are able to execute your plan is something most people can't do. All right, so just believe in the process. All right, that's really what I'm going to say on TTOO. Truth be told, man, this is a coin flip chart. All right, and I am going to give you my honest thoughts and opinions here. But yeah, there is a lot less definitive thoughts that I have on this one especially, all right? And then again, if you only watch this, let me just say, the gap fill border, all right? This is essentially the border between here and here. I'm not even talking about the 200. Literally, the gap fill border is a lot harder to break than it seems like it should, all right? That's just a real general rule you should put in your back pocket, all right? SOUNHOUND, look, I've been really loud about it breaking two moving averages. I don't know if it took one today. I know it didn't take both, but I, for real, was very, very much questioning if I should buy into SOUNHOUND today or not. I didn't just yet, but I'm watching it for sure, for sure. EBET, oh, it's so sad because I talked myself out of EBET on the Discord group. I'm here. I'm not perfect, all right? Believe me, I'm not. And yeah, sadly, some people made some really, really, really good money on EBET in the Discord group. Like, I can do a quick search. Oh, 1 second, sorry. EBET. All right, we were talking about EBET yesterday, all right? We for sure were. Look at this. What about EBET? Looks like it's moving. I'm telling you, like, I actually started, I even said it right, I think I just talked myself out. So I messed up, but believe me, Pepe and Patel, man, I'm sure others, they were looking at it early, right? So join the Disc group if you haven't just yet, right? I hope you like that extra accent on Pepe right there. That was a little something. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about all these and more clearly. This was a longer intro than I normally do, but before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. Excuse me. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself, and then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do helps me out so much with these YouTube algorithms, but for real, just being here and giving me your time is super appreciated, all right? So look, let's get into it. And man, TTOO today is only a minus 5% day. So let's be honest, in the grand scheme of things, this is absolutely nothing, all right? That said, we had a pretty hard scare wicking all the way down to 41. If I'm not mistaken, I actually think I saw that it was a very high 40. I think it was 0.409 or 408 if I'm not mistaken. But I think the candle matters a lot more to me than this 5%, all right? That said, we held 50% candle. That's not an easy thing to do, and holding 50% candle is a really big thing. We golden crossed yesterday and we're seemingly going up, all right? It's not paralleling out, it is going up, right? So in some ways, I don't know if we've really confirmed the golden cross just yet, but yeah, holding 50% candle alone is bullish, let alone holding the 8 MA right here, the average moving 8 in green, right? From there, I mean, look, I started the video with this, and I'm going to say it one more time. I'm not even talking about the 200. We'll get to the 200 shortly. But when you're on the line before the hard gap down. And I promise you, this has nothing to do with specifically TTOO. This is almost any stock. Filling the gap is a lot harder than it seems, but once it breaks, it's the easiest thing in the world, all right? So I'm gonna say it one more time. I know that this seems like it should have been a really easy line to break. We had a fantastic MACD, we had a fantastic RSI, we had really good volume. RSI was actually a lot higher than it was, yes, like, in a lot of ways, it's a little surprising. And look, we actually open above it. We wick pretty high above it too, kind of peaking at the 70s, right? So just put it in your back pocket that the gap fill border is hard to break, okay? So for me, look, and listen, let me actually talk about this Tuesday candle alone before I talk about today's and then what I think about Thursday and what my reaction was. This is a really good candle, all right? On most other videos, if I see something this big, we literally were down here. I mean, it's not big, but yeah, we gap up the thing, we close here, we then gap up again and run, right? Like, this is a big candle, and in so many ways, and it's something I actually mentioned in the Discord, there was very, very little reason for me to sell here. There really was, but I was loud that I pulled profits, okay? And in some ways, I got lucky, all right? I did. I fortunately was able to make a good amount of money to here to where it was just a little too big of a full holding. And like, yeah, if I didn't sell and I saw that, I actually probably would have panic sell. Like, I am no better than anyone. And yeah, it was well below 50. I probably would have unloaded a lot more than I sold right here, you know? And I actually, knock on wood, did sell higher than 52 cents, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that said, you know, there wasn't a lot of technical signs that said sell here, you know, but you gotta remember one thing. I've been talking about TTOO since this 9-cent line, all right? There are people that bought right here and literally did not sell here like I did. They did not sell here like I did, but they probably sold right here when you go from, let's call it 10 cents, all the way up to 60. That's a 6x, all right? It's actually pretty easy to not sell here. I used to do that. I actually was pretty loud that we were going to break the 50 right here too. So I think it would have been easy, especially for me back in the day, to eat this, hold the lines, keep going, not even sell here, and maybe go, like, when you're at a 6x profit, it's really hard to not sell. And you know, it's important to remember what the full run looks like, not just what it looks like for you, okay? Because I'm telling you, I genuinely, but, oh, excuse me, hiccup. I think a lot of this was two things. One, like there was some like convention that was supposed to happen today, right? I didn't see very big news. I don't think a lot happened, right? So I think people might have been expecting more and something and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I actually, it makes sense to me that there was a decent sell-off, you know what I mean? I'm curious what this is doing after hours, going down a little bit, but nothing big, right? But yeah, look, overall, I think the next really, really, really important reaction point is going to be 52 cents. All right. If we lose 52 cents, it's probably going to be a quick fall to 46, if not all the way down to the 8 moving average. Now, granted, it still looks like the 8's going up, and you know I don't know the math behind these lines, right? But yeah, I would guess that the 8's probably going to come right here anyway. So maybe 45 cents is kind of the lowest this thing goes. But again, just looking at this, that's actually a 20% drop, right? Because every 5 cents is 10%, and we're dropping a little more than 10 cents, right? If we're coming all the way down to this 45 mark, right? So just again, remember the tolerances. That's all I'm here to, like, you can use this as an average up point, right? Like, some people would love to buy some at 40. Some people aren't in right now and would love to, right? So just use it as you might. But yeah, I think 52 cents is the real big reaction point. And again, it's where are we? We're at 56. Where are you? You're at, nope. Where are you? Oh, no, don't click that line. What did you're at 58. What did you close at? 59. Okay. You like, from here, Okay, so as 52 was the low point, depending on your risk tolerance, between 58, 59, and this 62 line, I think between one of those three, you can kind of set your, should I buy back in, or do I think this thing's gonna keep going up kind of number, right? But yeah, get me to that 58, 59. I would obviously love to break 62, because where's this number? Yeah, this is still at 80. Look, I know it doesn't seem like much, but going from 60 to 80 is a 33% move, right? I'm rounding, but 20, 20, 20 is your 60. We're adding another 20, taking us to 80, right? So I know it sounds silly when I'm like, hey, look, ignore this like a little bit more than 5% that you might get. Yeah, dude, ignore it, because I'm hoping to eat a 33 burger if we break 62, right? So again, different ways to play it. And like I said, hey, for all I know, some people might have some like bottom feeders trying to hit 45, maybe go back up to this 62, fail and come down. Again, this chart on the daily is at a really interesting place. I actually can't tell if it's going to go up or down, but this is a wildly, wildly beautiful weekly chart. All right. This broke the 20. All right, this got over the 20. Let me watch my verbiage so that we're all on the same page. We're all on the same page. This got over the 20, right? The 20 moving average. Doji does not count as confirmation, but I always say the week after the doji tends to tell the truth. That's the truth. And in all honesty, next week might be coming here for real. Maybe we'll see a doji on this. Maybe we'll come down to 45, right? 50% candle. But yeah, that still is all right. We're not quite at the zero line. I got to zoom out a little. We're close to it, right? But yeah, we're still in the negative here. But man, that's such a beautiful, beautiful RSI. Volume is seemingly going down. All right, I see it, but I put more emphasis here, right? So again, either we continue, and I mean we're running to that $1.09. Or we doji this, maybe stay around the like 66 cent world. Or like I said, I think 45 comes. I would really, really hope 35 doesn't come. Again, I'm throwing a lot of numbers. Let me know in the comments if they were too many, and I'll kind of go back in the comments and catch them up, right? But dude, I always say it, I don't got a crystal ball here, right? Like it looks good in so many ways. This RSI seems to be calming a little bit. You know, it's close. Like I said, I gave the numbers for up. I gave the numbers for down immediately, 52, or like I said, 58 or 62, right? I think 62 is definitely the juiciest of the juicy numbers, all right? Hey, join the Discord group if you haven't. I will put a link in the comment, all right? I think I'm going to break this out into 2 videos. All right, let's talk about SOUNHOUND. All right, I've kept saying breaking these 2 lines was the real critical thing to do. And oh man, look, this was a monstrous candle. All right, got close to it but didn't break it. Obviously, that's not the candle we want to see, but hey, that's not too bad. When was this? On Tuesday, right? Tuesday was at least able to hold 50% candle. That's important, all right? It obviously stays over the 8 moving average, but yeah, more than anything, it wasn't a horrible red that like just discredited this completely, okay? I think today was a really interesting day because, again, my issue is battling the 2 lines together is a really hard thing. I literally went into it how just the 20 on its own is very important. The 200 on its own is very important. The fact that they've been just a couple pennies away from each other for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, for 5 trading days, including today and probably including tomorrow, right? That's big, and getting over those lines is really what's going to matter, right? But I liked today because what we essentially did was we took out the first line by itself. Instead of battling them both at the same time, we got over the 20. That's cool. That's manageable. Let's see if we can get over the 200 tomorrow. 246. 246 is the money line here, all right? We really got to get over $2.45. You can see it. It's on the box right there. Literally, just give me a penny more, all right? But yeah, if we can get over this line, man, there is absolutely nothing stopping it from getting all the way up to the 100 at 289. If not, maybe even just a little higher, trying to push like sub 310, right? But yeah, 250 all the way up to this is almost a 20% swing, right? Because again, I'm rounding, but we're basically adding 2/4 to this 25.25 to take it to that roughly $3 number, right? So I actually think waiting for this 245 is worth the patience. That's less than a 10% swing for what might be a 20% after it, right? So you know that there's no such thing as safe, there's no such thing as guarantee, but one thing I really do like to do is find the safer channels, right? There is something to it. And again, saying safer is a little bit, you know, I don't know what the right vocabulary word is, but yeah, there is no such thing as safe. I always say that behind that, right? But yeah, for me, if we can break this, we should go up to here, and there's literally nothing but red, 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 and a whole mess of nothing to green, 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 I hope, all right? So again, we still haven't broken both. My video last time said it needed to break both. I like the attack of 1 versus 2. What are you doing after hours? You're going up. Again, don't get too excited about after hours, all right? But going up is important, and yeah, I think it's much more manageable to take these on one versus 2. Where are we on the weekly? Oh, man. Okay. So that's not going to be easy to break, that 260, and then I think it really, really puts a little double emphasis on that 290 number, because I already see it and I already know that that's basically it. That will be very hard to break. Okay, I very much oversimplified it moments ago by saying, hey, maybe we'll break this and kind of try to hit this. I think this will be a lot harder to break because, again, just looking at the weekly, we have 2 right there. That's going to be hard to get over, all right? So it actually makes, oh, man. And, like, look, don't get me wrong, green, 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 red, red. Like, I you know I say it all the time and stuff, but I think you have to wait. Look, different risk tolerances for different people. And you know I'm a swing trader, right? But I would wait for 308 to break. I think there's very, very, very little reason to get into this before 308. Because let's be honest, what are we adding here? We're adding 60 cents. That's basically, all right, it's a 30% move. I'm not going to downplay that 30%. But going from 308 to 4 something, again, literally, green, 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 red, 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 green, 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 red, 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 green, 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 green. This looks like the better place to put my money than playing around with basically these 3 lines. So Soundhound, man, it's close. I like the way it's doing it. I now have a lot less confidence that 290 will break. I think 290 will be really, really hard. And again, you might as well wait for 308. What's the 50 actually at? You can see it over there. The 50 is at 313. Maybe wait for 315. All right. I will actually set an alert for, yeah, 315. Why am I? I think that's the number. Why I'm not going to be greedy here. Cool. I'm already at 18 minutes. I don't want to talk about the other 2. I will post them shortly, but you know it. I appreciate your time so much. Hey, thank you.